All right, so we never had a problem with deer on Epic Acres since we bought it. Well, the first year we did, then we started planting a bunch of food, and we put this in. This was the orchard. Didn't do worth a shit because we realized the deer just jump the fence and eat the apple trees. So we're gonna put electric fence up on top of it. One good thing that happened this year is my son decided he was gonna grow some pumpkins for his son and my grandkids and test some things out. So he grew a bunch of pumpkins. We're actually gonna shoot them and blow them up and do crazy shit with them. So yeah, here was the orchard. Next year is gonna be better and better. We're gonna get a garden. We kind of got busy doing things because one, we realized we were a slave to water. So we had that to water the pumpkins. It wasn't enough. So we decided we needed to have some kind of irrigation. So we dug a ditch. It's not very deep. It supplies enough water to do the garden and a little bit out there in the clover. So we had a bunch of dirt after we dug the ditch, and we said, what are we going to do with that? So we went and hauled it out here to the front. See, clover does fairly well if you give it some water. So anyways, we hauled the dirt out front and we made about a 10-foot mound, and what that does is it keeps the cars, keeps people from seeing what's going on in here. Not that I give a shit, but it also keeps my deer that are in here very calm. So that was that project. Well, then we decided, well, we planted a bunch of food plots like we do every year, and things were going really good because we had a fairly wet spring and we were doing good. So we planted this food plot. We planted sorghum to divide it up, and as you can see, where the land is lower and had more water, it grew better than when it did up front. So we had this. These plants here were friggin' tall. They're turnips and radishes, and we did really well. It's not really a whole lot of weeds. It's kind of the Midwest tumbleweed, them little things that blow around and anything that filled it in. So anyways, and as we went here, we irrigated a little bit, and then, as you can see, the food plot did really good where it could get water. And then it started to suck. So we decided next year we're going to dig the ditch a little bit longer, and we're going to irrigate this, that, and the thing. Don't know how it's going to work, but that's what we're going to do. And then we get up here. We're waiting for rain to plant this section. We're waiting. Gonna rain, doesn't rain. Gonna rain. Oh, next 3 days of rain. No, it doesn't rain. We ended up, we say, like there was 5 days of rain coming. We planted it. We got a little bit of rain, and then we didn't get shit, and we planted it in strips because we were going to try to do 2 different plantings, and it just totally, Mother Nature kicked me in the ball sack and said, no, we're just not going to give you any rain, and we're going to make it 90 degrees, and we're just going to F up your whole food plot. So we totally understand now that we are a slave to Mother Nature. Sucks. But some things we can do. We can irrigate, and that's what we're going to do next year. We're going to irrigate. So anyways, if anybody knows anything, this Epic Acres is on the edge of town. You can gun hunt there. You cannot gun hunt over there. That's all in the village of Wild Rose, and it's kind of like a refuge. Originally, I was going to I tried to buy that property. They got an accepted offer before I could get mine in. This property over here came up for sale. I figured second best thing. I bought it. But in the meantime, it's been a couple of years, and lo and behold, that is now gonna formally be called Epic Acres 2 because we bought it. 35 acres, only archery hunt, but as you can see, I'll show you it. It's kind of like a giant deer heaven, deer refuge. Got a little bit of hardwoods up there. We got a little bit of hardwoods up there, but most of it is this. Just anytime there's any pressure, anything going on, there's always been bigger bucks in here. They just go in there, they lay down, they hide, they just do things. So next year's plan is to turn that into a deer mecca. Kind of my goal is if a deer spends 20% of his time on my property, I'm going to make it so he spends 80% of his time on my property. So anyways, back to Epic Acres, because that's what we focused on this year. We just bought this 3 days ago, so we're not even focused on that yet. So now, Epic Acres. What have we been doing out here? Well, we planted more food. And let me show you something. So this is our clover plot. 3 nights ago I came out here. There was 27 deer in this little thing here. It's probably 4 acres, maybe 5 acres. But again, slave to water. As you can see, the clover does really good down here where it's lower and it gets more water, and then it turns to shit the higher up the field you go. So we're gonna have to figure out how we can get water to here to irrigate. So anyways, this food plot up here, this first one, I planted at the perfect time. I got rain, spring was good, and it grew like a son of a bitch, and things were awesome. And then again, we got shitty weather. Yeah, you can see the excavators there. That's part of the plan. So, this was all beautiful. Mother Nature came, kicked me in the nuts, and said, you know what? We're not going to give you rain for a few weeks, and yeah, just burn the tops, and it just effed me up. Again, Mother Nature kicked me in the nutbag. Anyways, here's the sorghum. We planted sorghum in strips to divide up the property. And then you can get deer out here, and they're really, really calm, and it's not just a giant field. So anyways, we got haul ass through here. All right, here we go. So Epic Acres is 40 acres, and Epic Acres 2 is 35. So again, we had a pretty good food plot going here. Things were good. It was like, this is going to be amazing. And the no rain and 90-degree weather hit. If I'd have had water, this thing would have been amazing. So I just kind of been debating in my head. You have to, probably the biggest commodity anybody can have on their land is water, and you got to learn how to harvest and use your water. There's really not much, doesn't do you much good to go down into the swamp and just run down in the watershed. So I said, Sam, we got to do some epic shit here, and we need to get some friggin' water. So we hired 2 big excavators, a bulldozer. This is my payloader. And we came in, and you can see we dug a friggin' pond. Yeah, this is day number 3 of filling up. We got about 9 feet of water in there. We've got about 9 more feet to go. So at 18 feet deep, probably a little over half an acre, maybe 3/4 of an acre. We put a little area to go around so the grandkids can have fun. We got an island. That up there, we're going to put down some beach sand and make it so the grandkids can come and have a beach. And we got pumps coming, we got irrigation pipe, traveling guns, the whole shit. And we're going to use that water to make that, and that friggin' epic. And then Epic Acres 2 is going to house the deer. We're going to make them feel comfortable in there. They're going to come across the road. They're going to get a drink of water. They're going to go up and eat radishes and turnips. And yeah, and I'm going to enjoy this for the rest of my life. So this is why I've been working my ass off and you guys ain't been seeing me much. Got another 35 acres, got an epic pond, got a ditch, I got pumpkins, and life is good, guys. See ya, gotta go.